Hey Karen, well 17-year-old Julian Howard is behind bars on one count of murder. Police also confirmed that the student shot and killed outside Bowie High School is 18-year-old Atavian Barnes. Police tell us that they have not recovered the murder weapon and they do not know how the suspect got it. Take a look here at your screen. This is Julian Howard's mugshot released in the last hour and a half. Police say Howard also had what they believe was a THC cartridge on him when he was arrested. He was also charged with possession of a controlled substance. The shooting is still under investigation, but police believe Howard targeted Barnes. Meanwhile, Bowie High School is closed today, but that didn't stop one mom who lost her son several years ago from coming out and advocating on school grounds, calling an end to gun violence.
She didn't just lose her son and his name. She lost his will to live. She lost his desires. I don't know what the young man wanted to be when he grow up. He's not gonna be that now. He's not gonna be that now.
Peace, what's the word, right? Now, in this video, somebody has to make these kind of videos, and guess what? It has to be me. Now, what you see on my screen, or who you see on my screen, is a young man, Julian Howard. Now, Julian Howard, as you guys see from the bottom left, CBS News, Texas, Arlington, Texas, right? Now, what people don't realize is, man, down south, when it comes to black men living in the South, the judicial system will not play with you. Let me repeat that one more time. As a black man, it doesn't matter if you're a teenager or an adult age. If you are black in the South, and what's the South, right? Geographically, anything below the Mason-Dixie line is considered the South, right? So that, yes, that means Baltimore is in the South. Maryland, DC. Well, Baltimore is in Maryland, but DC, yes, it's in the South. Now, if you've been to Baltimore, if you're from Baltimore, if you're from DC, if you've been to DC, culturally, the vibe you get out those places is not the South. But geographically, due to the location of the state, due to the location of the cities on the map, they are in the South. So again, when it comes to black men in the South, from Maryland all the way down to Florida, all the way out to Texas and everything in between, they will not play with black men when it comes to crime. Now, what you people don't realize is, man, listen, I said this before, I'm going to say it again. Young man, 17 years old, look at his picture. It doesn't matter if you watch Fox 5, Fox 18. Listen, this is not even the Fox News channel. This is CBS. And they're still showing you what? The same narrative. When they show you, when the non-blacks, when the recessive gene, when the Caucasians show you black men on TV, they always fit the stereotypical look. Why is it that young black men fit the stereotypical look every way? Whether they're young black men, adult age, grown black men, it doesn't matter. They always fit the stereotypical look. And again, because he's 17, I'm not going to spend too much time grilling him. But at 17 years old, you understand right from wrong. You understand good decisions versus a bad decision. Now, who knows why the 17-year-old killed the 18-year-old, but you heard the first thing the reporter said. She said, how did he get the gun? In the black community, young black men receive weapons, they receive instructions, they receive guidance from older, lost black men. If you're wondering why a 17-year-old has a gun, I'm telling you, go to his neighborhood, go to his community, and I guarantee you can find the individual. 10 out of 10 is another black man who gave him that weapon. Whether he purchased the weapon with money he made himself by doing whatever, He received that weapon from an older black man. 10 times out of 10. That's how it goes in the black community. And this is why, if you're an adult listening to this video and you have children, young black boys, or just boys in general, they need their fathers. The real question is, forget where he got the gun. Where is his father? There's a high likelihood this young man does not have a male figure in his life. It's a high likelihood this young man does not have a male role model in his life. Where's his father? 10 times out of 10, not in the house. 10 times out of 10, not in the house. And see, the sad reality is, man, he's only 17. He threw his life away at 17, again, in the South. Murder. He has a murder charge on his rap sheet at 17 years old. He's now about to do a life sentence. Wow. And again, over what? You killed another dude in your high school. Over what? But see, who is here to guide these young black men? And again, the dreadlocks, man. The dreadlocks. I told you, people, listen, you got guys like Lil Durk, 21 Savage, and I can't even think about the names, but it's so many rappers. You think of any black rapper right now, he has dreadlocks. Pushing what message? Oh, I stand over a body. Oh, I shot him 13 times. Oh, I pushed his wig back. I blew his head off. Like, come on, son. Like, this is all these dudes talk about, man. This is why I don't even gravitate towards drill rap, man. I actually miss old school rap. I miss the rap from the 2000s. Once 2012, 2013 came along and Chief Keef came on the scene and he made, oh, I don't like a fuck nigga. That's that shit I don't like. Bang, bang. Listen, when he came on the scene with the dreadlocks and he was shaking his head, man, listen, that had the black community in a frenzy. How could a man shaking hair have the black African American culture in a frenzy? That every black man now has dreadlocks. Bro, word to my mother, my best friend just cut off his dreadlocks. He told me, he said he went somewhere to the grocery store or to the gas station or something like that. He said, man, listen, bro, I counted 13 black men with dreadlocks in their head in one store. He said, man, listen, man, I'm tired of that shit, bro. And listen, he said he cut off his dreadlocks. He has an afro now and he's thinking about getting waves. But again, I understand because he doesn't want to fit the stereotypical look. I don't even care what people say, bro. From before and after the civil rights era and the Civil War, the non-recessive, the non-blacks, they have been making predictions. They have been making predictions into the future about black people. And it's crazy how black people fit the image. They fit the stereotypical image. It's crazy, right? And they also said the young man had a THC cartridge. And see, that's the problem nowadays. See, again, who knows if the young man Julian was paid for a hit for hire? Who knows if the young man had beef with the 18-year-old? But the fact that he had a THC cartridge, let me tell you guys something about the black community, man. See, when it comes to these young black men who want to be a shooter, because for whatever reason, they're glorifying being the shooter. Listen, I mean, not to promote and not to advocate for street criminality, but man, I grew up around guys from an era where, listen, you don't glorify the shooter. The shooter throws away his life. You go pay the shooter whatever you think his life is worth to go, waste his life, to throw it away. So in the case of young black men, Julian's life is worth a THC cartridge. Not saying he did it for that reason, but that's what they do. These young black men, they take whatever drug they need to take, Percocet, they take Molly, they take a ecstasy pill. These guys go smoke a 3.5. You go give them a half ounce of weed, 2 ounces of weed, a THC cartridge. People don't realize, man, those cartridges, people don't realize, man, those THC carts, listen, a lot of that stuff is fake, man. It's like distilled oil, and that stuff can cause brain damage, man. It can cause seizures and everything, man. But people don't realize, man, listen, they just want to feel something. And see, young guys like this, man, they just want to feel something, man. So look, he's now charged with murder and possession of a controlled substance on school grounds. Now he's going down for what? Come on, man. 18 years old, throwing his life away. Throwing his life away, man, at 18 years old. But see, who's out here to protect young black men? Who's out here to give young black men guidance? This is why I'm making this content, because if you are black and you come across my message, it's going to give you the opportunity, man, to sit down and think. And again, young guys, I'm going to keep it a stack. Younger black men, as an older black man, if you are in your at least mid-20s and you have your head on straight, if you are in your 30s and 40s and you have your head on straight, there's no need for you to be around younger black men. If it's not through direct program where back in the day it was brother to brother, maybe in a 4-H program, maybe in a Beyond Scared Straight program, maybe you're a coach. If you don't have a real legitimate reason to be around young men, I suggest you that you don't hang around young men, because young men now are programmed to crash out. And the fact that these guys crash out without second thought, that's why I'm telling you people, man, listen, are the black people, are the young black men, are African American people, are we doomed? Are we doomed? Now check this out. Another case, right? Sad case. The young man to the left, 15 years old. The man to the right, 31 years old. These two people are family. They're relatives. They're cousins. And check out the image of the man to the right. Clean cut. That's a clean cut brother. But here you got your younger cousin. He wants to be a thug. Now, from the article, the 15-year-old to the left unalived his cousin. He canceled his cousin. He deleted his cousin because he was at a party and the mother of the 15-year-old boy sent the cousin to go pick up his younger cousin. Or she asked him, let me not say she sent him, but she asked him, the 31-year-old man, to pick up his younger 15-year-old cousin. The 15-year-old boy did not want to leave the party. Listen, from the article, they said that the 31-year-old was trying to pull the young boy from a closet, and then they heard gunshots. That was it. I'm like, yo, first of all, what is he doing in the closet? Why does he have a gun? And why does he not want to leave? See, I had a conversation with a younger man who was 16, and he told me, listen, oh, I want to stay out until 7 a.m. partying. I asked him, I said, why? He said, because it's fun. I said, fun in what way, though? Because let's keep it a stack, man. I was a teenager at one point, and I was a teenager in this quote-unquote new generation. I was in my teenage years in the 2010s. So what's fun about staying out till 7 a.m.? Listen, that's a waste of time. You're not doing anything besides unproductive shit. Now, I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown on what goes down at these after night parties, right? Young people go to parties, and this is what happens. Guys stand on the wall all night, smoke, drink, they play loud ass music. Nowadays, females aren't even dancing on other guys. They're dancing on females. I remember back in the day, I was going to parties. Listen, a female throwing their back on you, the ass so fat you can't even hold it up. Back in the day, they were playing that Red Nose, or playing, that Waka Flocka song, Round of Applause. You know what I'm saying? Shorty dancing on you so crazy, you falling back. Your man's holding you up with his forearm. You like, you feel me? It was good times back then. You smacking her ass, getting a dance. Now, females are dancing on other guys, man. Young men are showing me video clips, images of themselves at parties. And when they show what's going on at the party, females are dancing on other females. You go to any adult age club, hookah lounge, whatever the case may be, females are dancing on females. Guys are wasting their time at these parties, bro. But see, with this young man right here in the image, again, he was probably drunk, probably on drugs. What was he doing in the closet? How? Again, how are younger black men receiving these weapons? They're not finding them on the street. They're getting these guns from older black men. This is why you have to, at the end of the day, I understand two things. A boy needs his father, and a boy needs to have a strong mind that's going to come from his father. Not only that, you have to check the people he surrounds himself by. Listen, if you guys have to wait to have children, please wait. If your kids have to grow up in certain environments, your kids have to go to school in certain environments. There's a reason why Joe Biden said back in the 80s or 90s, whenever he said it, my children will not attend school with those animals. Who is he talking about? Black children. At 15 years old, and again, I'm not saying white kids don't do what they be doing and stuff like that, but you don't even hear about it. You hear about young black men shooting everybody in the fucking hood. You hear about young black men killing relatives. And again, this has been an ongoing issue in the black community in the African American culture for years. Again, the cousin to the right, he's a clean cut brother. He's wearing a suit and tie. I can guarantee you he had a good paying job, taking care of himself. But look, the younger black man, he wants to be a thug. He wants to be a thug. I'm telling you, the stereotypical look. If you're black, if you've really been outside around other people and you've been really moving and grooving and shaking amongst other people, I'm telling you, you can identify a crash out by the look in his eyes. The 15-year-old crashed out. You killed your cousin for what? Because you don't want to leave a party and go home? Your mother wants you to come home. Why don't you want to go home? And again, how did he receive the gun? I apologize for the interruption, but again, how did he receive the gun? I don't need young black men out in the streets receiving guidance from older black men who all they want you to do is just curse your soul. They want you to crash out. And now when you go to jail, now when you fighting for your life against 100 men every day, now when you convert into the Muslim religion because you need protection, now when you join in gangs that you wouldn't even join on the street, but again, you need protection from other men that want to put their hands on you, from other men that want to sexually assault you. Now, this is why the cycle continues forever and forever. Again, in the black community, we need fathers. We need programs. We need strong black role models that want to help younger men, not crash them out. Again, bro, when I was growing up, dude, they advocated, they promoted younger black men to get in the streets and commit crimes, because when you commit crimes between the ages of 13 to 17, even as early as 12 years old, the whole point back in the day was the fact that they would send you to a youth detention center. Not only that, after the crime, you get released to your parents, right? So you don't even have to sit in jail to get bonded out. But that was back then. That's when the law was a little bit more lenient. I told you, from Maryland down to Florida, all the way out to Texas and everything in between, they are trying young black men as adults, as a teenager. If you were in your teenage years and you commit a crime, a heinous crime down south, they can now try you as an adult. So now at 17, at 16 years old, at 15 years old, you're receiving grown man penitentiary sentences. But that's not what they're telling young black men when they enter in the streets. That's not what they're telling young black men when you put a pistol in his hand and he has no conscious level of thinking. Again, as a teen, you operate pretty much, and if you're not strong-headed, you're not level-minded, you don't have a strong spirit, man, 10 out of 10, you're going to be a follower. Most younger black men are the follower in their group. And if you see who they're following, man, he's nobody to be following. Oh, my goodness. See, I make these videos because I care, man. Because I care. Anyways, I don't want to hold you guys up. I think the real solution to this, man, again, we need fathers. We need programs. We need somebody who's just willing to speak to younger black men. Younger black men need an outlet. And, being young and not only that, being or wanting to be tough is looked at as a punk, as a sissy, as a pussy to express yourself, to express your emotions. Sad, but this is the African American community, and this is why we're doomed. And before I end this video, look at this last picture. This won't be long, right? Look at this last picture. I'm telling you, the stereotypical image. This right here, this is a crime that happened in Atlanta, Georgia. I believe the 3 individuals from a different county outside of Atlanta, outside of Metro Atlanta, and they came to Atlanta to commit a crime. Somebody died. Young black men. Again, look at their image. Look at the image. Dreadlocks, tattoo on the face, man. I'm telling you, people, they say you cannot judge a book by its cover. If I'm walking on the street and I see these 3 black men standing on the corner by the deli, bro, I'm walking to the other side of the street. I don't care if I'm seen as a punk. I don't care if I'm seen as a pussy. I care about my life. I want to see tomorrow. Guys like this will see you walking. You have on a fresh pair of Jordans and they feel like, I need that. Come on, man. Come on, man. Again, listen, I don't care, bro. You have to judge a book by its cover. If you see a black man with dreadlocks and a tattoo on his face, it's best to not even have a conversation with him. If he asks you for money, listen, give him money. If he wants your cell phone, give him the cell phone. He wants your vehicle, give it to him. These younger black men right here, this is the crash out. But anyways, I'm out. Peace.